So the first days we were in Nairobi and Kampala, where we talked to professionals like, for example, Christine from One Fine Day, and she was telling us about the workshops she's doing in the slums of Nairobi. And it was really interesting because she gave us a lot of tips about how we can do arts workshops, and she gave us the idea also to develop an art center at Kayanga Primary School, actually, because she said that the children in Nairobi, they usually go to visit the National Theatre, for example, and we said, but there's nothing like this around Kayanga, and then she said, just make your own art center. So. And then in Kampala, we visited 22 Stars, and that was also quite inspirational for the Misenyi women's group of Jambo Bukoba, because there's a women's group that needs to have more empowerment to make their own income, and that we could do through, for example, also jewelry design and selling jewelry then in Germany. And the contact to 22 Stars showed us how this could be done, and it was also really, really interesting to see how they get out of poverty through entrepreneurship in one of the suburbs of Kampala. And then we continued our trip to Bukoba, where we met with the Jambo team and did a social media workshop. And we're going to work on writing down a proper social media strategy once we're back in Germany. So proper strategy for Instagram especially, and then also YouTube for vlogging. So to continue all what we're doing now in the future. Kayanga, we met with lots of government officials, which was super interesting and very promising as well, because they said to us that there was very much support what we're doing, and they also almost all of them said that they also have the experience of how great art can be in enhancing employment possibilities. For example, they themselves also said they love to do painting or some kind of art, but they don't have the opportunity to sell their art anywhere or something like that. Yeah, and then also we had meetings with parents and teachers there, although they're going to do another big parents meeting again because it's the holidays now in Tanzania. So yeah, and yeah, it looked all very, very promising what we've done there. So we've just come back from the regional office where we talked to some representatives about our project. And yesterday we've already talked to some teachers and to the radio, the local radio. And Abela is going to tell you briefly what we've talked about with the representatives.
When we was at those offices, the DO and the region director office, we was very happy because they received our information very well, and they was informed that, and by promising us that they will be with us for anything which will be wanted from them.
And yeah, now we're here in Mwanza and tomorrow we leave back to Germany. So yeah, it's been a really inspiring trip, and the plans for now are to first of all work on the teaching aid. I've written a teaching aid which has been translated by Stephen into Swahili, and we want to really get that perfectly done so we can then introduce it into Kayanga Primary School, where teachers will be able to have workshops with it, and later then children can have workshops as well, art workshops, and we're trying to establish that properly, so regular art workshops and all of that, and then later we try to scale it and like apply it to different schools. And finally, we also want to make like an art center, Kayanga Primary School Art Center, where people from different schools and different regions of Tanzania can come and see performances and art exhibitions. Yeah, that's the plan for Tanzania. And then in Germany, I'm also continuing to raise funds through exhibitions. For example, this next weekend I'm going to do an exhibition in Munich with artworks that the children made last year together with a photographer from Berlin, and then in August I'm going to do another one at the Wasserturm Dachau together with Anne Stollmer, a photographer from Berlin, on the topic of where do you want to be in life, where do you want to go. And I have the paintings I brought from Tanzania last year will be shown, as well as paintings from children from Maria Ward Realschule in Munich. Those are children of the same age, so we have a comparison of how children see their future in different environments and different cultures. And what Anna did was taking professional portrait photographs of adults, of where they want to be in the future, and what their aim in the future is. So it's going to be a comparison between adults and children, as well as Tanzania and Germany. Yeah, so that's the plan.